got on some painkillers. So long story short, I blew out that hip. I rushed rehab, I did. And the way they put those screws in, they lifted my IT band on the side of your leg and pumped in the screws, laid the IT band back. And we did that 2012 deployment. I had a pretty bad fall down the side of a mountain, and those screws came out and they blew through my IT band. Had to do another surgery, like it was bad. And the rehab that came after that, it's on painkillers, and I needed to be on them. Had a bunch of surgeries that I needed to get, and I was held together with, rigor tape and chewing gum. Like I was banged up, man. And started eating some tramadol and everything else, and it became the norm. Like I wasn't high. I didn't want to feel the way I felt. Like I'd wake up in the morning, it's like, I feel like this at 32, holy shit.
You're just numb to it.
Yeah.
How much tramadol were you taking,
A shit ton. I mean, I eat them in 300 milligrams a pop.
Not bad.
Oh, I ate a shit ton.
Several a day?
Oh, yeah. But it's like, I didn't realize what it was doing because it wasn't a narcotic. You couldn't be addicted to it. Bullshit.
Yeah.
You get addicted to not feeling pain. That's what you get addicted to. And I didn't realize it, but that continued from essentially 10 until when I retired, like 18. Yeah.
I rode that train for a while, tramadol, and I'm just curious, how did you know it was an issue? What happened? With me personally, I know it was an issue when I ran out, and I felt what that felt like without having any, and that fucking hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Is that?
Yeah. So I had just came back from a deployment. Into a nasty firefight, a bad one. A lot of really close proximity shit. Ate a bunch of grenades. The long and short of it was, because of the proximity to it, we had to use some breaching charges and some ordnance, essentially on top of yourself, to get out of this certain situation. And it fucked us up, man. Like no eye pro, no ear pro. I mean, grenades landing between me and you. Boom. Just a cumulative effect. These little concussions, it blew out both ears. Oh man, I mean, just by the end of it, I've blown out both ears. I've torn both labrums and both shoulders, both hip labrums, gone. Crunched a bunch of shit in my lower back and my neck. So I needed to have surgery on both shoulders and both hips and my back by the time the whole thing was done. And I didn't realize how bad it was. Fuck, I don't know. Do we get into it? Do we talk about the...
Yeah,
okay.
Let's get into it.
Okay, fuck it. So the backside of this is we had a dude that did the Kenya Mall attack. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So it's that dude. So it's around the Horn of Africa, and we are going to go get this dude. It's a president-directed mission. So it's a big one. The biggest one that I've ever done for sure. Intel's painting a picture that's maybe not accurate. Beachside bungalow. Like, he goes there to watch TV, hang out, be super benign, in and out. Cool. Not the fucking case. We get there, we've planned, we've rehearsed, and we've done all our shit. And I'm running the primary breach on the first floor. I go up and over the gate. I should probably start off with, we swam in. So that's a whole different set of problems. We swam in a slaughterhouse offshoot. So you can imagine all the great white sharks. It's a real fucking thing. That's the fastest I ever swam in my life. So we swam in, we do our whole thing. I go up and over, and I'm messing around with the locking mechanism on the gate to try to get it open. And there's a string going from the gate. It looks like it's going inside. And now I think that was an early warning device. I think it was hooked to a bell. It was hooked to something. We get the gate open. We bring everybody in. And as we are rolling up to the front door, they start getting contact on the roof. Guy comes out, shoots, skips off one of the guy's helmet. Now the firefight ensues. And it's 3 stories. And it's getting fucking chaotic, dude. Like, they have been prepping for this for a long fucking time. And this is not a beachside bungalow. There's no doors. They're all walled up from the inside. There's nothing to attack. You can't see anything. It's like I'm trying to get the door open, but you don't know where the hinges are. You don't know what it is. It's this huge, super thick door. Fuck, man. It probably must have been 6 inches thick.
So it's a fucking fortress.
It's a fucking fortress, dude. It's a literal fortress. They start getting contact on the roof, and we sprint up the front door. And as we go to divide, this dude opens up on the front door and lets it go. And you just see splinters of wood, and it just fucking traces us and doesn't hit anybody. We roll to either side, and now we're trying to deal with this problem. The hate coming out of that front door was nothing like I've ever seen. It just continuous, sending it. And the way it ended up being was a long wall, the door in the center. I'm on one side, and I've got my shooting buddy on the other side. And I've got my team leader behind me. And we're trying to figure this out. Like, we have to get inside, but we're not supposed to kill this dude. That was the whole thing, is for whatever reason, the powers to be really wanted this dude alive. And the last thing they told us before we went, I would rather you shoot him 100 times and he lives than shoot him 1 time and he dies. Bring him back alive. Well, I'm fucking committed. We all are. We're going to bring that dude back alive. We came up with every plan we could have. And at the end of the day, if you don't want to be captured, you're not capturing the dude. You're just not. Especially in that part of the world, with just how violent they are. I mean, you've seen Black Hawk Down. That's the most realistic war movie I've ever fucking watched. That's exactly how it is. They are fucking... and they come on quick. So we're in this shitstorm in the middle of the door. And I'm trying to decide how I'm going to blow this thing. I've got my charge in my hand. It's already capped in. I've got my hydrogel peeled. I'm ready to stick this thing, and I'm timing between his bursts coming through the door. So you see it all chew up. Like 3, 2, wham, it goes live again. You're like, motherfucker, man. You're just timing it. He finally goes, and I slap this thing. And there's nowhere to roll. There's just nothing to do. You got to eat it. It's like, luckily for me, the guy behind me is super experienced. I mean, we all are very experienced breachers, and we knew we could take it. We'd been there before. Just unfortunate. Turn your head and exhale and send it. And that concussion blew out everybody's ears. We were all done. And when it blew, I could see the locking mechanism behind it. It looked like a fucking railroad tie was stuck down. So big New York lock, and we weren't getting through it. But it blew out a slat about waist high down, about this wide. And grenades started coming out of it. Accurate. So the way it was, it's the front door, and there's a long ass hallway going down. And there's a dude who's in a sandbag position with a belt fed at the end of the hallway. And it's just chewing down the hallway. There's a dude in the first room off to the right who's shooting at us through the window. So I've got my shooting buddy pinned. He's taking fire over this shoulder, and he's taking fire down the hallway, and he can't move. He can't do anything. It's like a big railing. We've got all the rest of the guys on, so we're the only 3 that are stuck on there. We're trying to get this door open. Let me back up. When I placed the charge, I roll back and I look at him, and I was like, turning steel. And I turned my head and I blew it. And when I looked back up, he was gone. And I looked down and I saw the hole, and I thought he went. And I dropped to my knees and I start going for the door, and my team leader's pulling me back. I guess he had jumped over the wall. I thought he went. And I was not gonna let that fucking dude go alone. I'm on my hands and knees trying to crawl through this fucking hole, and he's pulling me back. Like, we're good, we're good. Well, now we can't get out. This thing's been going on for a couple minutes. The guys on the second deck are in the same shitstorm. The guys on the roof are in the exact same thing. Now there's people that are surrounding us we're taking fire from. The whole thing's getting dicey. And we've got to fucking leave. Like, we can't sit here and do this for another 10 more minutes. Like, you're not going to let us kill this guy. We can. We've got to get out. Unfortunately for us, the only egress route was directly behind us, which is directly in line with that dude's PK. So the only way out is to run straight through his alley. can't go up and over the walls. There's not enough time. We don't have enough ladders. And there's quite a few guys inside the courtyard. We're trading grenades back and forth with this dude, and it finally comes time. The enemy QRF is upon us, and they're in technicals heading our way. And we gotta fucking go. So, look at the TL. I'm like, what do you want, man? And he's like, get ready for an RPG. I'm like, oh, fuck. I mean, like, bells already rang. Like, we've got shit coming out of our nose. Like, we're super concussed. And we ate for the guys that know, I mean, we ate a 1,200 grain ECT from arm's length away.
Jesus.
No ear probe, and we just sent it. I mean, I know what that charge is going to do. The overpressure is going to fuck me up, but it's not going to blow me up. I know what that charge will do and what it won't. And I was confident in it. And we had to send it. There was no other way. I wasn't going to turn around and leave without giving it every bit of effort I could. And I looked back at him, and I don't know how the fuck we're going to get out of here. It's like, get a T-bomb. So my buddy was down in the courtyard. He had a T-bomb because we had to swim in a bunch of this shit. So we had spread loaded a bunch of stuff. So I'd already launched one in, and I looked at him, and we did a real world flea flicker, which is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Like, fucking threw it across the doorway, caught it, untaped it, and launched it. But it was funny. It was so funny to see the TL. He's like pushing on the walls. He's like doing the math in his head, like this many square feet, the concussion, this overpressure, what's it going to do to us? And we launched it. We sent a bunch of rounds down there and basically called for exfil, like, hey, I'm gonna let this thing loose, this overpressure charge, and then when it goes boom, we're all gonna take off and run. And that's what we did. And I'm doing the peekaboo thing. He's shooting. I'm trying to see where he is, and I finally see it. And I've got that T-bomb. Like, you ready? Pull the pin, and I launched the most beautiful toss I've ever had. And when I turned, the overpressure was so bad it blew me off the porch, and we took off at a dead run as fast as we could go. Had a big guy there blow through the gate. We didn't even open the gate. Everybody came up and over. That's how it was taking too long. We didn't have time to fuck with it. So he shouldered the gate and blew through it. That's how we got out. And that dude never skipped a beat firing that PK. Never.
Wow. Like,
I threw a T-bomb, essentially what I thought, in that dude's lap. Nothing. Continued. I don't know how he didn't shoot us. I don't know how he didn't. Shot one of the recce guys off the ladder, like chewing up the wall that he was on. I mean, fucking crazy. Just the continuous hate that was coming out of the thing. We made it back down. We got a quick head count. We had everybody there. The enemy's massing, and we got to get the fuck out. And the surf was shitty. So the extract platform, long story short, gets rolled over in the surf zone. So now this whole thing, it happens on exfil, just in the confusion and everything else, just trying to get boats in alignment. And I mean, we had dudes get not left out at sea, but basically like, this is such a shit show right now, and it is so fucking dangerous. We're just going to swim as far as we can. We turned on an IR strobe and we just swam. Got picked up by a bunch of exfil platforms and everything else. But in the course of that, essentially the only way to get out is I grabbed a hold of the bow line and I wrapped it around my wrist, and I had them tow me out on a Zodiac. And when they picked up enough speed, the wake, it spun me and it popped my shoulder. So now my arm it's essentially paralyzed. Like, it's not working. It's like, holy fuck. I do the exact same thing and I wrap it up with this one. The same thing. Pow! Like, oh my God. Now I'm treading water. Like, I've got use of my arms, but it feels like it dislocated. Like, it feels strange. An exorbitant amount of pain. We get on a jet ski, round 2, and that thing flips. And because we're straddling it, the way it flipped with such force, it blew out the labia in my right hip and my left hip. So now I'm essentially bobbing like a bag of shit.
Jesus Christ.
So me and my swim buddy, we make it out. We get on there. We do our debrief. They strip us down naked. With all those frags that we ate, everything, none of the frags stuck in us. I mean, we were super concussed. We were fucked up. But you could brush it, and it was like metal shavings everywhere. It was like God came down and just said, "Not today." I mean, it was inside your ears, inside your eyelids, fucking everywhere. I mean, it was the strangest thing. We got back on, we started doing like the TBI reporting, what's your name? And I was feeling fucking weird. The 3 guys who were on that porch were feeling very weird. And you couldn't explain it. Cause I've been knocked out a bunch with Fight Club and skateboarding. Like, I am no stranger to concussion. This is very different. I went into a med check and they shined the white light in my eyes, and I threw up. And then I started getting scared. I still can't hear shit. Both my ears are perfed. I've got a bunch of other wounds pre-existing that are nasty. I've got a nasty stomach infection, like an open wound that I had. We had to surgically super glue before we did it. So I had all kinds of shit I was battling anyway, and it kept getting worse. When we finally got back to base, it's 5 days later, and I remember laying in my bed with my sunglasses on, wanting to die. I didn't know what the fuck was going on with me. I couldn't make rhyme or reason. I couldn't get my thoughts together. I couldn't get anything. I couldn't be there for the debrief. I was fucking out of it. And I didn't know what was going on. And they drove me to a French hospital out in town, and they ran a CT scan. In the back of my skull, right back here, was jet black in my brain. And the doctor came back, and she's like, what is that? I was like, I don't know, you tell me. And she's like, I don't know how you're standing right now. She's like, that's a major blow to the back of your head. Nothing hit me in the back of the head. She's like, well, something did. I don't remember any of that. I remember seeing the MRI, and I remember just telling them, like, that's just overpressure, man. Like, that's just overpressure. And they said whatever they did, it got documented. We finish all that and we fly home. I'm on the next flight home. It's in the deployment. That's the last thing to happen. We fly home, and I land, and I have a 6-month-old waiting for me. I land, I drive straight home, and there is a newborn laying in that crib. Be dad. And dude, the next 48 hours of my fucking life, I didn't even know what to say. I couldn't, everything started to go to shit. I couldn't remember, I couldn't remember my wife's name. I couldn't remember my daughter's name. I got lost driving to fucking work. You've been to Virginia Beach. I called my wife one time in the fucking Norfolk Scope parking lot, crying my eyes out. I don't know where the fuck I'm at. Amnesia set in. I'd wake up in places. I'd go to drive to work on a Sunday, and I'd end up at like the farmer's market. I called Patsy. I was like, I don't know where the fuck I'm at. I couldn't remember anything. And I had no rhyme or reason. I couldn't say it to anybody, but everybody else was having the exact same fucking thing going on. And it was only getting worse. Every day it would get worse, and the headaches were so bad. The photophobia was so bad. I wore sunglasses for years. I did until we got it under control. I remember coming to one day. I was in the gym out in town, wife doing CrossFit or some shit, and I woke up, I'm flat on my back, and I'm looking up at her, and she's kneeling over me, and she is bawling her eyes out, like tears are falling on my face. And I look at her, and I was like, what's going on? She's like, what the fuck have you been? She's like, you've been laying there for 15 minutes. I don't remember going to the gym. I don't remember doing anything. I don't remember anything about that morning. I don't remember that night. I don't remember shit. Like my long-term memory, people, places, things, like it escapes me. It does. And it was getting real bad, and we had a heavy breaching trip coming up. And my boss at the time knew I was in a fucking jam. Like, he knew I was. He didn't know how bad, but he's like, I don't think you should go on this breaching trip, man. He's like, you're good. You're current. There's no reason to go down there and ring your bell any more than you need to. Just take some time off. Okay, and I didn't want to. And I end up going down to medical to fill out some kind of paperwork or something. I'm having a conversation with one of the docs there. And I don't know how I said it. I don't know what I said, but it was something to the effect of, I don't know if I'm going to kill myself or kill my wife, but there is something going on with me, and you have to fucking stop me. And the next thing I remember is the command doc, the command psych, who's a fucking angel, and my boss, are sitting in a chair with their hands on my shoulder, giving me Valium, telling me it'll be okay. And then I go to NICO.
No.
So my trip to NICA was not something I wanted. I was in a bad jam, and when I showed up there, I didn't know what was going on with me. I had no idea.